Hi investors. So today we discuss on a much valuable concept in the stock market or in a business, that is the operating leverage. Operating leverage is a metric that measures the degree to which a firm can increase its profit by increasing the revenue. Revenue, that is the sales. In business terms, normally it's termed as increasing the volume to make more profit. That you will often hear in some management meetings or even in your company. A business that generates sales with high profit margin with low variable cost has high operating leverage. All these terms we will discuss in this session. Operating leverage is used to calculate a company's break-even point and help set appropriate selling prices to cover all the costs and generate profit out of it. This reveals how well a company is using its fixed costs, that is, items such as house, warehouse, machinery, equipment to generate profit. The more profit a company can squeeze out of the same amount of fixed assets, the highest its operating leverage is. Another term here is degree of operating leverage. So degree of operating leverage is a multiple that measures how much the operating income of a company will change in response to change in sales. Say if it is the operating leverage calculated is 2, then by increasing the sales, it will double the profit with respect to sales. We'll take example in the same session so that you will clearly understand the concept from actual figures. Companies with a large proportion of fixed cost that is the cost that does not change with production, to variable cost, that is the cost which change with production volume, that is for an example inventory cost, have high levels of operating leverage. So I repeat, the companies with large proportion of fixed costs to variable costs have high levels of operating leverage. So you can see the equation for the degree of operating leverage on my screen, that is percentage change in EBIT, earnings before interest and tax, by percentage change in sales. So percentage change in the sense, say we take 1 year and the next year, then compare the values, and the change from 1 year to other year is named as the percentage change. Let's take cases of two Indian companies, that is Indigo and DMart. Indigo, which is listed in stock market as Interglobe Aviation, and DMart, which is listed as Avenue Supermarket. So Indigo has fixed assets, say 100 numbers of flights, and fixed salary to the employees. So that is a fixed cost. The variable cost mainly being the fuel, runway cost and maintenance cost. If the 100 flights increases the number of routes in a day or within a month with the same fixed cost, but with increased variable cost like the fuel cost etc. will increase as the number of routes increases, it can generate more profit. Since fixed cost would be much larger and variable cost would be much lesser in comparison, this helps generate more profit with the same fixed assets. Meanwhile, if you cut down the flight routes, the effect is much worse on the profit as well, because the fixed cost, like the number of flights remaining same, but routes going low means lesser revenue, means the profit will go very much low because the fixed cost remains fixed. So Indigo can be a company with a high operating leverage. Now let's take the case of DMart, that is the Avenue Supermarket. The fixed cost is much lesser compared to its variable cost, since DMart sells huge volumes of items and pays upfront each unit it sells its cost of upfront each unit it sells. Its cost of goods sold increases as the sales increases. Because of this, DMart have low operating leverage. You can see a case illustrated on the screen here for a company, say A. So this is basically a very shortcut form or consolidated trimmed model of an income statement. So on screen there are two columns. One is year 1, say 2021 and 2020, and next year 2021. So there are year 1, year 2. So you can see the sales in year 1 is say 200 crores, and in year 2 it is 240 crores, means the sales has increased, just for example purpose, by 20%. So 20% over 200 is 240 crore. Now let's concentrate on year 1 itself. So sales is 200 crore. Now the variable cost is, say, all the expenses which is not fixed, that is variable cost, say it is 40 crore. Now the term contribution is sales minus variable cost. So that is 200 minus 40 is 160 crore. Now the fixed cost is 80 crore. Now the EBIT, the earnings before income, earnings before interest and tax, is nothing but the sales minus the expenses. So expenses are variable cost and fixed cost. So 200 minus 40 minus 80 will give you 80 crore. Now the interest, like the short term and long term loans the company is having, so the interest which they have to pay is, say, 40 crore. Now you have to know that interest, we are assuming here that in both the years, year 1 and year 2, the interest amount is the same, because it is assumed that it is the same debt level they are having and they are paying the same interest for calculation purpose. Now if you see the profit before tax, which is PBT, so that is 80 minus 40, that is the EBIT minus the interest. So earnings before interest and tax, in that we are taking out the interest. So 80 minus 40 is profit before tax, that is 40 crore. Now say tax, the company profits are taxed at, say, 30%, then 40 upon 30% will give you 12 crore. Now to get the final figure which we always look at, which is the profit after tax, which is PAT, is a PBT minus tax. So 40 minus 12 will give you 28 crore. Now 28 crore is the total profit which is generated by the company with a sales of 200 crore. Now year 2, if you see, similarly 240 crore. So variable cost, you can see another, again the sales is 20%, so variable cost also is increased by 20%. Contribution also difference, again it is increased by 20%. Fixed cost will be the same, because we are assuming that it's the same assets it is having, it is not procuring anything new or not setting up any plant or machinery. So it is, the fixed cost is same, which is 80 crore. Now the EBIT, if you see, because of the increase in 20% in sales, the EBIT, which is 112 crore, has increased by 40%. So this is because the fixed cost is same, but you are generating more sales out of the same fixed assets, but slightly increased variable cost, like we discussed in the case of Indigo. So the EBIT is 112. So you can see with a 20% increase in sales, it has increased the EBIT, or basically the profit, by 2 times. So 20, it is doubled to 40. Now interest, if you see, as we discussed, it will be the same. PBT again 72 crore, tax at 30%, 21.6 crore. So the PAT is 50.4. So if you just compare sales to PAT, in case of year 1, it is 200 crore, for which 28 crore we got. But in case of year 2, 240 crore, we are getting 50.4, just with a 20% increase in sales. So that is the beauty of operating leverage. So here if you see the degree of operating leverage, if you compute change in percentage change in EBIT by percentage change in sales, So percentage change in EBIT is from year 1 to year 2, the EBIT has changed by 40%, and sales, as we discussed, has changed by 20%. So 40 upon 20 will give you 2. So as we discussed, degree of operating leverage means if it is 2 means the increase, if you have a 20% increase in sales, you have a 40% increase in the profit. So it has doubled. So that is why the value 2. So in the above case, conversely, if the sales go down by 20%, so minus 20, then the profit would be dropped by double, which is 2 times, that is minus 40. So we should be wise enough to find companies utilizing high operating leverage if the business is run well, to have a good earnings visibility and hence wealth creation from investing in them. In next session, similarly, we will learn about the financial leverage. Happy investing.